Zeus's tear, world's largest sapphire on display at the museum. Well, ain't that just convenient?
Where are you, Electro?
Not so fast, bug! Or tonight, you're not gonna be the only one who gets squashed.
This is a new low even for you, Electro. I'm the one you want.
Fool! This was never about you! This was about power!
Help me, Spider-Man!
Oh. How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
This is it, true believers. Spidey's headed for a final showdown with Electro. The sparks are gonna fly, that's for sure. But if our hero isn't quick on his feet, he'll find himself in deep trouble.
Electro's managed to block the exit with electricity. I have to find out where the source is and shut it down. First things first, I have to take out these samurai.
Now, I called the corkscrew last part one of the most repetitious levels in the game. This is also pretty repetitious. Also, hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. In the last part, we finally got through the rest of the lab stages, fighting the lizard in the process, and now we are in one of the more repetitious stages in the game, as I just said. The thing is about this stage is that we need to access the door that's being blocked by electricity. The way to do that is you have to destroy that generator in the center. However, if you get too close to the generator, Spider-Man gets shocked by it. So we need to throw things at it. However, the only things you can throw in this stage are the corpses of the samurai bots you destroy. There are 8 bots in this level in total. 2 in the center, and then 2 in each of the 3 rooms around it. This stage just boils down to fighting 2 samurai at a time, then slowly, one by one, carrying their corpses, or I guess their parts, back to the generator to throw at the... well, to throw at it. There are exactly enough samurai to destroy the generator. However, if you miss a shot, you have to start the level over. There's no room for failure here at all. If you miss a shot, you need to start the level over, do it all over again, which is just kind of tedious. However, because it takes so long to carry everything back and forth over and over and over again, we're going to be speeding this level up after I throw this little piece at the generator. Now, there is only one comic book in this entire stage. Well, no, there's 2 in this. No, wait, no, I'm thinking the next stage. There's only 1 in this stage. It's only available on easy difficulty. In one of the rooms, I think it's the one to the north of the exit. No, it's to the west. There is a giant golden statue of the Buddha. Behind that statue on easy difficulty is the comic book. I'm not sure if you have to fight the samurai first to get it, but it's gonna be there. As for which comic book that is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, the 2001 annual version. Overall, the stage isn't too hard. In fact, I'd say it's probably one of the more fun stages in the game, even though it's so repetitious. It just comes across as tedious after a
What a relief. Hopefully I can find Electro, get the gem, and save Dr. Watts. Man, Spider-Man's work is never done. Electro came this way, but this isn't the Turndorf exhibit. I need to get to the top of this exhibit, but Electro's not making it easy for me. Lightning rings! I suppose it could be worse. Yeah, I think a lightning cascade qualifies as worse.
This is my least favorite level in the entire game. While I think the gauntlet can be a bit more difficult, this one just comes across in pure tedium. You're constantly climbing up the wall this entire stage. There are lightning rings between every section that mean you have to kind of take your time when coming through everything. However, every couple of seconds, maybe every half minute or so, maybe 20 seconds, either way, every so often, Electro's going to send a volley of lightning along the panel of the wall that you're on when it happens. If you get shocked by that, or anything, you fall down. Now, they're all platforms thanks to these little paintings along the way that can save you from falling down all the way. But if you're not above one of those, you're falling all the way back down. On my first practice playthrough, I was here for about 20 minutes because it took so long to get up. However, in the Ice Age area here, in that little panel there that has a woolly mammoth skeleton, is the first comic book for this stage that is only on normal difficulty. That is Spectacular Spider-Man number 258. I have to ask, though, as a museum, how does this exhibit work? I'd understand if there was, like, maybe the lightning wings or leftovers of walkways. But seriously, what's with that? Also, on easy difficulty, I believe it is, on that card, there is another comic book. That is...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our tour of the Ages of Man. Next, the Pounding of Electro exhibit. Give it up, Electro. You can't find the jewel, and you've lost your hostage. Even without the jewel, Electro's pretty pumped up. Better take him out quickly.
As I was saying, that easy mode exclusive comic book in the last stage is Amazing Spider-Man number 422. And now we are in the Electro fight. There's one comic book in this stage, and I've already grabbed it. On normal difficulty only, it's on top of the model of the planet Earth behind Electro. That is Amazing Spider-Man number 9. Now, Electro as a fight is actually fairly standard. He never moves off that platform in the center. You just need to jump up there while preferably having the web gauntlets on by pressing left and triangle, and then just punch him repeatedly. He has a couple of different electric attacks he can shoot at you, like just a standard projectile, a little shockwave that'll knock you off the platform that he does every time you get up there. And this sort of multifaceted attack where he kind of aims for the walkway on top around him that I think you're technically supposed to get on top of to attack him. That's where health cartridges, as you can see on the left there. But overall, this fight is pretty easy.
It's only the smallest fraction of my power.
Lasers? This exhibit comes with spaceships and death rays. Fantastic!
Halfway through the fight, Electro summons these lasers, which just kind of rotate repeatedly on and off around his little platform. They do not add much difficulty to this fight whatsoever. In fact, I kind of wonder why they even added this when it doesn't really change anything about the fight difficulty-wise. It'd be one thing if, say, they were just constantly rotating around the area without turning on and off, but with that, there's not really much threat to them at all. For being essentially the final boss, this boss is one of the easiest, if not the easiest in the game, which feels kind of backwards that you started with one of the hardest, and you essentially end with one of the easiest. I mean, come on, game, that's just completely backwards. Although I say that, but so is Spider-Man 1's final boss fights. That's kind of a problem with these games, wasn't it? Except for starting with the hard one. The first boss fight in Spider-Man 1 wasn't hard at all. And we're good.
I have to get this someplace safe while they're fighting.
Give me the jewel, Spider-Man! Give me the jewel, or this one dies!
Okay, how about a trade?
Throw the jewel and I'll send the doc. I can fry her before she ever reaches you.
Let's hope you're wrong, Electro.
Check. Mate.
Huh? Whoa, 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 whoa!
Are you all right?
Did I get the license plate of that lightning bolt that struck me? Where's Electro?
He left. I'm not sure where to.
I think I might have an idea. I'm coming, Electro. Your power play ends tonight.
Tonight, Electro dances with the gods!
Electro will be unstoppable if I don't end this here and now.
Final boss against Hyper Electro, one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, honestly, because I love the just pure energy design of this fight, and this character in general. Now, starting off, we want to go back to the tower we were first on and take out these 4 little conductors on top of this tower. Why? We'll get into why about halfway through the fight. However, I should note, on Kid Mode, rather, between 2 of these, I believe, is another comic book, which is Spider-Man number 38. Now, this stage is called the Best Laid Plans. However, this is another stage that got its name changed after 9/11. This was originally called Top of the World. And that also goes into another thing that got changed about this level post 9/11. Notice how we are on 2 towers in the middle of New York. In the original version, this was heavily implied to be the World Trade Center. However, after 9/11, they added the little bridge between them and changed the way they looked, so it wasn't entirely, kind of uncomfy. Nothing malicious, obviously, but it's just one of those things that was just fresh in the memory. Also notable, you might notice my costume's looking a bit different. For this stage, and this stage only, you actually unlock a second costume where your spider suit is damaged. Now, getting into how you actually have to fight Hyper Electro, after you take care of the conductors on the other side, you want to come to this first building and take out the conductors, or the transformers rather, on each side of these 4 things around the corners. Then you want to stand behind one of them with Electro on the other side and wait for him to zap it with one of his lone lightning bolts. Because at that point, he's going to become vulnerable to be attacked. Essentially, you're just baiting him into zapping his power out of him. At that point, you can actually attack him and do damage.
Vulnerable in his lightning form. Let's see you power up from a broken tower, Electro.
Notably, though, after every single time you zap his power out and he eventually comes back to Hyper Electro mode, he scatters little electric mines around the corner of the screen you're on. So you're going to want to rotate which one of these little conductors you're using to zap his power away from him. However, as you saw there, he can recover his health. If you don't take out the 4 conductors on the first tower, after every half of his health or so, he'll go back there and regenerate. He regenerates a little health no matter what, as you saw there. But now he can't regenerate at all, so we can actually beat him. And the final thing of note is that when he regenerates his health there and the tower falls over, if you're playing on hard mode, the game's final comic book is available on the tip of the tower that fell over. It's a hard comic book to grab because you have to go all the way over there, but you can grab it. And that is Peter Parker Volume 2, Number 2, which is every single comic book in the game talked about. We've only grabbed maybe about a third of them just because we're playing on normal mode, but that's every single one talked about at least. Overall, Electro isn't that hard of a fight. I think he's about as easy as his first phase, though.
This goes to show that good wins because evil is dumb.
Best line in the game. Mighty Thor saves city from Electro Man. God damn it, J. Jonah Jameson!
What the? Now what's this all about? Ugh, I need a new agent.
Full house, aces over kings. I win again.
I was never any good at poker.
Oh, so close, so close! If it weren't for Spider-Man, I'd be a god now!
Would you shut up?
No.
You know any other games? All I know is poker.
Nah, but maybe they know a few. Hey! You guys know how to play Go Fish?
And now we're going to have the first phase of the credits here, but we're going to have essentially a little Vicarious Vision staff thing with Spider-Man remarking on each of the characters. So I'm going to not talk over that.
Wes Merritt's a mutant? I knew it! Hey, are the X-Men hiring? Well, somebody has to root for the bad guys. Hey, I think I know that guy. It's Spider Gap. I could swear he was doing that the last time I passed by here. Where'd he go? All right, that's coming straight out of your security deposit. Wow, he does windows too. Whoa, 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 she looks dangerous. Oh, come on, Carl, not again. This is the third time this week. No debugger and no RAM make Dave go crazy. I guess Ben is up to his normal shenanigans. Yes, nice texture, good contrast. Brent, this time you are responsible. There may be more of them. I should look around. You move me, Jim. You really move me. Who needs milestones when you can web swing?
And now for the proper credits to start. And that's Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. It's the worst of the two games. I think a lot of the levels just get either too tedious or too bland compared to Spider-Man 1. There's not as much memorable stuff going on in this one. The cutscenes are still good, and I think Spider-Man's quips are as fun as ever, but the overall game just feels inferior to Spider-Man 1. If you want to play it, it's on the PlayStation 1, and I think there was an N64 version somewhere along the lines. Now, the one thing I haven't quite gone over with this game yet are the costumes, which I did mention that there are in the game. Let's go over each and every single one of those really quickly. Starting off, the first two costumes in the game are the regular costume and the damaged one, which we see right on screen now, and you just get those by playing the game normally. The Prodigy skin gives you a double jump, enhanced strength, and enhanced web swing, which you unlock by defeating 75 or more thugs in the attack challenge mode and other two difficulties in the training mode. The insulated suit gives you more strength, and you unlock that by defeating the Lizard by only throwing serum shots at him on Spidey vs. Lizard on hard difficulty. So essentially only shooting him with the serum thing. The Alex Ross red costume can be unlocked by defeating Sandman on Spidey vs. Sandman again in hard mode. That's a double jump costume. The Spider Phoenix one is a complete invulnerability costume with double damage and a faster web swing, which you just need to beat the game on hard mode for that. Alex Ross White is a better web swing, which is the same as the red costume, just on white. You get that for beating the game on kid mode. Symbiote Spider-Man, which is unlimited webbing, is what you get for beating easy mode. The Negative Zone Spider-Man has no powers, but you unlock that for finishing the smoke screen level, the one with the bombs, without having to go back and forth and restore time. The Dusk skin is an interesting one. It gives you a stealth button. By pressing select, you completely turn invisible, which makes you, invisible to normal enemies. It doesn't work on bosses, though. That's your reward for getting all 32 comic books. The next one is Venom 2 Earth X, which is unlimited webbing and double damage. That's the one you get for beating the game on normal mode, so I could theoretically play again on that with that costume right now. Spider-Man 2099's costume gives you enhanced strength, and you unlock that by finishing the game twice in a row on normal mode. So essentially, from the play again option we're going to see in the main menu, you can do that from there. Captain Universe is invulnerable, enhanced strength, and unlimited webbing all at once, and you do that by, again, finishing the game twice in a row on normal difficulty. Same with the next one, which is the Spider-Man Unlimited costume, which also has the stealth mode. Amazing Bagman returns, and that special power of that one is that it doesn't have any spider belts, meaning you can only hold 2 web cartridges. You, again, get that for normal difficulty twice in a row. Scarlet Spider is essentially just a texture swap. There's nothing really different about that. You, again, get that for finishing the game twice in a row in normal mode. Same with the standard Ben Reilly thing. Ben Reilly costume. Quick Change Spider-Man is the same as Bagman, where you only have 2 web cartridges, and you, once again, get that for finishing the game twice in a row in normal mode. And the final costume is just straight up Peter Parker. No spider belt, so you can only hold 2 web cartridges, and again, you get that for finishing the game twice on normal mode. But with that and that long-winded explanation of all the costumes, I'm going to need to end this fairly uneventful sequel off here. Thank you guys for watching, have a great night, take care, and I'll see you guys next Let's Play, whatever that may be. See you guys then.